welcome to the garden. If you've not been here before, my name's Alex, or you can call me Cottage, whichever you like. And today, I'm going over all the books I read in January. Pardon me if you hear any grunting in the background. My baby is over there, trying to take a poo. Bear with me for any cuts that you see, because it's probably because she... Oh, poor baby. She's in a little bit of a bad mood because she had her vaccines yesterday and she's really tired and fussy, so we're going to try to get through this as quick as possible. Going to my story graph. Also, don't mind the lighting. All I'm working with today is the sun, and it's like 11 degrees and winter out here, so I'm literally so brain dead. What the hell is going on? So, the only physical book I read in January was the first book that I read, which was The Cat Who Went to Heaven by Elizabeth Coatsworth. Super cute. It's a middle grade read, I believe. It's only like 88 pages. According to Storygraph, I gave this 4.75 stars. I'm going to try also not to go too deep into any spoilers here, in case any of you guys want to read this. It's very short, so I'm not sure I can say much without spoiling it. But this is about a cat named Good Fortune who ends up living with a basically starving artist in Japan. I want to say, I don't actually know the timeline for this, like exactly when, like in Japan this is, but the book was first published in like 1930. Very, very cute. Also, it made me cry a ton. 4.75. I don't really go too far below a 4. I don't even think I went below a 4 at all in January, but I really, really enjoyed this. It was very beautiful. It's kind of a slow read despite it being like 88 pages. Like, obviously you can read it fast because it's only 88 pages. But the style of writing felt more of a slower read because I feel like you're really kind of supposed to... It just felt like a slower read because I feel like you're kind of supposed to digest this. Yeah, it's got a lot to do with like Buddhism, so if you're interested in that, this is totally a really good book for you. If you're not, don't read it because a large percentage of this book is about Siddhartha's life. So 4.75. Every other book that I read this month was on my Kindle. I'm trying to start Peter Pan, so don't mind me. I'll throw up the covers on the screen somewhere for you guys to read. The next book that I read in January... Oh, there she goes with the hiccups. Oh no, she's so sad. Not the hiccups. So the next book that I read in January was A Fragile Enchantment by Alison Saft. This one took me, I think, the longest to read, just because I was going through kind of a rough period with Artie. But I think... I still need to actually like figure out on paper how I'm going to rate these books, because I definitely feel like I liked A Fragile Enchantment better than A Cat Who Went to Heaven. Okay, my poor girl's got the really bad hiccups, so she wants to be held. But this is like the only time I can film this week. Oh, thank you. I definitely feel like I liked it better than The Cat Who Went to Heaven. I have no idea why I gave it 4.25. Let's see what my review says. I did not. Did I really not write anything? That's crazy work. Anyway, A Fragile Enchantment is about a girl named Neve. I will throw the spelling of her name up here. I believe it's Gaelic. Gaelic. Roast me if you want. There's the Scottish and the Irish version, and I want to say this is the Scottish version, but if you read the book, it's very loosely based on, like, I want to say Ireland and England, historically, but it's fantasy, so not really. But I believe her name is Scottish because of the spelling. It's Neve. So Neve is thank you. Neve is a magic user who can weave emotions into the garments that she makes. So she's a dressmaker, and she gets hired out to go make a series of wedding garments for the Prince of Aviland, which is like another country who has basically decimated her country to ashes, which I think, based on how it's told, is very, very, very loosely based on like the potato famine. Oh, thank you. So she gets hired out to go do the wedding garments for that family, and she ends up running into the prince that she actually has to make like his wedding garments. And lots of chaos ensues and very funny banter. The world building is absolutely insane. I really, really love this. I want to read like everything else by Allison Saft, but I think that was the only one that I had on Kindle Unlimited, so I'd have to go buy the rest of her books. So that was A Fragile Enchantment by Allison Saft. At least everything I could give you that wasn't like spoiler. So we will move on to the next one, which was Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. I feel like I read this one in maybe 3 days. It was a very quick read. It was super fun. The banter was amazing. Oh, thank you. You're so cute. Oh my goodness. So, Girl Abroad is about Abby Bly. She gets an opportunity. I'll just read you the description here. I feel like this is the best way to like get through it for you guys, is to just kind of read the description for this one. Abby Bly gets the opportunity to study abroad for a year in London. It's the perfect chance to finally slip out from under the thumb of her beloved but overbearing retired rock star dad. So essentially, she gets to study in London for, I think it's just a year. Oh, good Lord. Or like a semester. And her dad's a retired rock star. She's got a lot of like living in his shadow issues. And she wants to run out on her own because he's never really let her do a whole bunch. And so she thinks she's going to go to like live in this flat and go to university and be like really good friends with these girls that she lives with. And it turns out all of the correspondence between her and these girls have never been with girls. All of the people that live in this flat are dudes, all 3 of them. They all have such distinct personalities and backgrounds. They're all absolutely hilarious. And Abby really ends up finding, like, it's kind of like a found family, despite, like, the close relationship she has with her dad. It's kind of like found family. Love it. But she ends up kind of finding herself in a little love triangle with one of her flatmates and another guy that is, like, friends with them, kind of. And it's really, really nice to see Abby's, like, beginning to end character development. It's not like an absolutely huge like character development, but I think anybody that has never like been able to go out and do a bunch of stuff or like live life like a normal teenager and stuff, reading this is very cool. I didn't do a whole bunch of the like teenager stuff until I was like in college, so I didn't get a whole bunch of that experience until I was probably like Abby's age as well. So this is very like I feel you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's really, really fun. Everybody's super flirty. The banter is absolutely amazing. I gave this 4.25 stars. And in my review, I said was gonna do a 4, but honestly, that ending was banging. Loved this. So I guess the ending rose it to another quarter of a star. Oh yeah, the only qualm I had with this book was it's very much YA. Ooh. It's very much YA, like young adult, but there are some very weird, spicy snippets that feel extremely out of place in this book. I don't understand why they were put there like that, but it felt like a whiplash to me. I didn't really like that very much. The last book that I read for January was Dating and Dragons by Christy Boyce. I had read her other book, Dungeons and Drama, last year, and I'm pretty sure I gave Dungeons and Drama 5 stars. This is my first 5-star of the year because I absolutely love Christy Boyce and her basically Dungeons and Dragons series here. I believe she's got 2 other books, like Hot British Boyfriend and something else. I've not read those. I've only read these two, because I'm a huge Dungeons and Dragons fan. I'm a DM, I'm a player, I have been for several years now. And I just really love young adult books. That's my shtick. And this one absolutely knocks it out of the park. I think I liked this one even better than Dungeons and Drama. And I gave both these 5 stars. So if I could give this one more than 5 stars, I would. But my review person says, Christy does it again. I'm a longtime lover and player of D&D. I love Dungeons and Drama. 5 stars last year. I gave Dungeons and Drama 5 stars last year, and I gave this one 5 stars again, and somehow loved it more. The banter, the characters, the story, it was all such a treat to read. She is now one of my auto-buy authors. Which, shout out to Christy, I put that on my Instagram story, and she put it on hers, yay! But yeah, so Christy Boyce's new auto-buy author after this book, it was absolutely amazing. So, Dating in Dragons is about Quinn, who moves closer to be, like, with her grandma. Her and her family move away from their home, which I think is only, like, 2 hours from their original place, but she moved schools as well. She lost, like, all of her friends at her last school and ends up having a really hilarious meet-cute with the, essentially, leader of this new D&D group, Logan. So she ends up making friends with all these guys. I'm not going to spoil the beginning because the way they meet is absolutely hilarious. I think it's one of the best parts in the book. It's really what hooks you. So she ends up making friends with all these kids and playing in their D&D group. And their number 1 rule is to never date each other. Like, they're not allowed to date among the group because some stuff went really bad with her new best friend, Kashvi. I believe that is her name. Pardon me if I got it wrong. Her name is not in the review, but I love her. I think when I wrote down in my book on the other side of the room, I think I wrote down on my book on the other side of the room, Kashvi was one of my favorite characters in the book. Her best friend, 10 out of 10. So she makes friends with all these guys, and they live stream their D&D. So she joins them. It's like lots of really great role-playing, hilarious banter. Obviously, like, they're teenagers, so they just sit around and roast each other. I don't know. It's also just very much, like, it's a really, really good friends to lovers as well. Obviously, like, when you first, like, see her interact with Logan, she's like, yo. Yeah, I know, Artie. So, essentially, a lot of the book is, I can't date you, but I want to. But, like, they're not talking about it. So it's very, very fun. Like I said, the banter, I think, and, like, all the character dialogue is really, really what makes this book. So yeah, if you guys like Dungeons and Dragons and you love YA, I think that this is a super, super cute, very quick read. And my first 5 stars of the year. I can't wait to do a wrap up and toss this in my favorite books of the year because I don't think it's gonna leave. And with that, I am gonna go toss her back into her. Yeah, I really wanted to read more books for January, but I just ended up having a lot of problems with Artie. I just ended up having a lot of problems with Artie. She's got a lot of gas right now, as you could hear from her grunting constantly. But yeah, those were all the books that I read in January. I want to get better at giving more detailed reviews. Yeah, she did not want me to put her down. Anyway, I want to obviously stay true to my reviews. So you're probably going to see more 4-star reviews from me because I try not to read books that I don't think, like, I'm not going to like, but I never know. I DNF'd 2 books last year, so we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to try to do one of these every month throughout the year just to keep track of how many books I've read. My goal for the year is 20. We'll see how that goes. Last year I think I only got around to like 12. And my goal was 20 for February. The next book I'm starting is Peter Pan. It's only like 151 pages. And then I'm going to try to read the Percy Jackson series in 1 month. So we'll see how that goes because that alone is 5 books. And I only got 4 last month. So wish me luck. I will see you guys in the next video. I love you very, very much. Don't forget to drink a bunch of water, get 8 hours of sleep. Do as I say, not as I do. That's a lie. She's been sleeping really, really well. Like, the past week, she slept all through the night. I have not had to, like, wake up super early. So, that's kind of been nice. Yeah. Get lots of sleep, drink a lot of water, and love yourselves. Or else. It's a threat. It's a threat. Yeah, we're gonna go have some more coffee and cuddles and probably start Peter Pan. I will see you guys very, very soon. I love you so much. Bye!